Number 43, we're told to factor the expression completely, and we have ax minus a plus bx minus b. And again, just to review, when you're factoring, you have to ask yourself these two questions. Number one, is there a GCF? If there is, you have to factor it out, and then move on to question two, how many terms are there? And in this case, there is no GCF, and so we can see that there are 4 terms, which means we're going to be factoring by grouping. So let's go ahead, take the expression, and we'll split it right down the middle so that we have 2 terms on the left, 2 terms on the right. And looking at the 2 terms on the left, we can see that A is our GCF. We can factor out an A. And when we pull out an A, well, let's see, what are we left with? Well, here we can see the A's cancel, so we're left with just an X. Negative A over A is simply a minus 1. Here on the right, these 2 terms, we can see that we can take out a B. So let's go ahead and try factoring out a positive B first. And when we factor out a positive B, let's see, we're left with X, because these B's cancel. Negative B over B is minus 1. Again, we can see that when you factor by grouping, what's inside your parentheses has to match identically. If it doesn't, you did something wrong. So go back and either check the way that you factored your GCF, or maybe in some cases you have to rearrange the order of the terms in order to get them to factor nicely. But in this case, our parentheses match, so we can go ahead and pull out what was inside the parentheses. When we do, that leaves us with A plus B. And there we have it, our final answer, factored form for number 43. Just be aware that what's inside the parentheses is vital, that's very important, but what order the parentheses come in is less important. And so what we could have said was A plus B, X minus 1 is also the same thing, right? It doesn't matter what order you multiply in. So what is inside the parentheses is important. What order the parentheses come in is not as important. And so because some of your final exam will be multiple choice, just recognize that the order that you had your parentheses in when you were working things out may not necessarily be the same order that it's presented to you as an answer choice. So just be on the lookout for those. But number 43, there we have it.